Ahead of demonstrations planned in San Diego tomorrow as part of the nationwide No Kings protests, San Diego police say they fully support the right of people to express themselves as long as they do so peacefully. For more on that and what you should be aware of if you're planning on taking part in those No Kings events tomorrow, we bring in SDPD Captain Ryan Hallahan. Thank you for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Want to get into it right away. First off, we've seen the protests in Los Angeles, what they've kind of descended into. Do you expect to see anything like that here?
I don't, and we're doing everything we can to position resources to be effective to prevent that. That's our one big concern is let's keep the peace. And I think that'd be a great event for all that's involved, and the weather's going to be fantastic. So I'm looking forward to it.
It is a beautiful day. A lot of people will be down there. So you wanted to tell people what they need to know. What do they need to know if they want to take part in this successfully?
Well, first off, prepare for parking. It's difficult coming downtown. Pack your patience. There's going to be a lot of crowds, water, sunscreen. I want a fun time. I want a fun event. About 3 months ago, we had the hands off with about 8,000 to 10,000 downtown. I was right in the middle of it. I was taking pictures with kids and just having a good time. So I want to keep that environment. We're doing everything I can to put resources strategically placed so that we can be effective, respond with medical even assistance if need be. But it's all about keeping the peace, let everybody have a good time, and exercise your First Amendment rights that you're granted.
What has San Diego police learned in previous demonstrations? We've had several large ones over the last 5 years.
Well, when we look at others in other areas, that's what we're really drawing and learning from is what kind of tactics, what led up to it, what situations. I'd like to say, born and raised San Diegan, we've been different in our approach. Some of the community members here, we're trying to have a lot of patience with each other, especially with these protests. There's passions going on, so we want to make sure that people feel that they're being listened to. We want them to have that environment with free from any issues or stress or any counter protests. We also look for those. So we're trying to learn what were the wrongdoings in other areas, learn from those, and create an environment where they're as safe as possible for us and all the community members that join us.
And we're focusing on, you're going to have a large contingency around the county admin building and the civic center tomorrow. There are these demonstrations planned in other parts of the city. Will there be police presence at those as well?
Yes, sir. You're probably going to see the most police officers you've ever seen at one time. And that's just the sensitivity of what's going on a national level. When things are as close as LA, it seems like a lot of those protests are peaceful, but the ones that aren't are very concerning. So we don't want that in San Diego. So to prevent a small group from ruining the vast majority of the peaceful protesters, especially this tomorrow morning at 10, we got to make sure that they see our presence. We won't allow any criminal activity, and we have to engage that so it doesn't ruin it for the group.
How difficult is it to deal with a presence of people who do come down to just cause mischief in a large crowd setting like that, where there are a lot of people there for peaceful purposes?
It's challenging, especially if these groups can get up to 10,000 plus. Very difficult. That's why thank you for the opportunity, I'm calling out to the people. We need your help. It's all of us together in this, not just PD against a certain group. So we need eyes and ears. If something or somebody's doing something criminal, report it to us. I don't want you to get involved necessarily. I just want you to take the time to tell us so that we can engage it, get it disrupted out of the situation and make it a safe environment. I don't want a situation where too many of them ruin it by making bad decisions and then leads to a bigger problem where others join in. And so we'll get a situation where we could be in LA where you're calling for rioting and protests and dispersal. I don't think we'll get anywhere near that, truthfully.
People are triggered by saying National Guard and Marines. Do you see a scenario in San Diego where that happens?
I don't personally. I just think there's too many great organizations here. We understand many of us have some passion, decisions on what kind of choices we make. And I think we can tolerate and get along and have different opinions.
I do want to ask, if people are out there taking part in the protests and they feel like they've been encroached upon by police, mistreated perhaps, what should they do? What's the right way to handle that?
Approach us and let us know, report it. We'll have leadership. My plan is for each protest we have tomorrow morning, you will have a lieutenant, several sergeants, and patrol officers there. We're there to assist the community. That's our #1 goal, especially for peaceful protests. It's a First Amendment right. It's granted to us by our Constitution, both by our government and the state. So I want to make sure that they feel like it's a safe environment to exercise those rights.
Good note to end that on. Captain Ryan Hallahan with San Diego Police, thank you for your time and thank you for the information about the No Kings protests tomorrow.
Thank you very much.